All right, let's take a look at some market statistics. So this might be a little lengthy, but I haven't done it for a while, so I just want to jump in and update everybody on what's going on right now in the housing market here in Utah. Okay, looking at the number of active properties. So this is everything from mobile homes to recreational properties to single-family homes, including townhomes, condos, twin homes, all that stuff. So this is everything, and this is everything that's listed on the MLS. So 590 homes. So that's great. It was a little bit higher, I think, as it's a Wednesday today. So over the weekend, there's usually more homes on the weekend. They tend to go under contract and stuff like that come Monday, Tuesday. So right now, almost 9,600 active properties on the market. Saying the lowest is $5,500. The most expensive is $48 million. So that one's been on the market for quite some time. There's quite a big swing here. So the median home price, $589,000, and the average is $886,000. So stuff like that. $48 million one tends to pull it up a little bit. So that median home price, that's probably something more realistic. So about $589,000, not too bad. I'll go to some charts later and I'll actually kind of show us where it's been over the last year and the last few years and stuff like that. So average day on market. So the median day on market. So is 43 days. So that gives us a good average. Last year, the low, I think it was right around 6 or 7 days. Just a month ago, it was around 20 days. And now it's really just shot up to 43 days. So nothing too crazy, but it is building and building rather quickly. So what does that mean? That means the average home on market has been sitting there. I'm using average or median interchangeably here. So has been on market for 43 days. That means from the time it went live till now, right? Like it's still active. So it's been over 43 days. Some of those were just listed, and others, like the $48 million home, have been on there a couple years. So something to keep in mind. So I'm going to jump into just some statistics along the Wasatch Front and give us a better idea of what's happening a little more locally here. All right, here are the statistics for just the Wasatch Front. So I've gone from Utah County all the way up to Weber County. And then I've just included homes less than 1.5 million. So you can see here the number of active listings. I mean, it's underneath 100. It says there's 60, and it goes all the way up to the 1.5 million. Actually, I meant to do 1.499999, but that's okay. So average days on market, when we look at kind of those homes under 1.5 million, brings that median down at only 37 days. And in this price range, it's a more realistic price range for a majority of buyers is 6,115. So still a very decent amount of homes on the market, but that days on market is building. So median home price here, we're not getting those super rural areas with the lower home prices. So still a decent amount, $559,000 for that single family home along the Wasatch Front. So. All right, let's look at some of these numbers real quick. So you might be saying, we're at 9,600 homes active on market. That seems like a pretty healthy number. I would say in this market, in Utah as a whole, about 10,000 homes is decent, right? But there's a couple of statistics that kind of show us what's going on in the market, and it shows that it's not as healthy as it should be. So we've kind of gone from, only about 2,000 active homes on the market, last year, and even the beginning, the first few months of this year, to something a little bit different. So let me show you here, number of listings entered. So this is going back to July. So sorry, this is the first time I'm putting out a report this month. We're almost at the end of August, but let's just look at this real quick. So here we go. So number of active homes. Sorry, not active homes. Listings entered. So listings entered in June hit a high this year. If I scroll down, I can actually see those numbers. But June was 6,800 homes. So we'll just have to estimate. So 6,800, and then quite a drop there. But yet we have a lot more active homes. So let's scroll down here. So active listings right here. So June, there was actually more homes entered than any other month this year. And as we're getting closer to, I guess, July and even into August, they're still sitting on the market, right? We just discovered that the average days on market is, around 40, and even 40, more than 40 if we look at the market as a whole, which this does. So yeah, actually it looks like it did hit almost 10,000 earlier this week. So scroll down here, average number of active residential listings, and so you can see here it's getting really close. And the previous, not the previous 2 years, because we have, let me see which one was 2021. Is the orange, so that was last year, right? We were just barely pushing 2,000 homes in the spring. In the summer, we spiked up, got above 4,000. And then when COVID hit, so the yellow one is 2020, when COVID hit, there was that spike. It was looking like a really strong market, and then that's when things went into trouble. There was a lot of homes that were pulled off the market, and we just ran out of supply after that. Interest rates dropped down, and then things just went crazy. So kind of we're looking for a decent benchmark or a good, healthy market to look at. We would need to go back to 2018 and 2019, right? So average, number of active listings on both of those. I mean, the 1 year was above 6,000, almost 7,000 for most of the year, and they went up here both around 10%. Nice, healthy market. That's kind of what it looks like we're doing right now, right? So if you were to look at just active listings, you'd say, hey, that doesn't look too bad. But here's where it gets interesting. So this is under contract. So we just discovered last year, we were only at 2,000 active homes. We went up to 4,000. And yet, this is just comparing this year to last year. And yet, last year they had more under contract properties by far. I mean, look at this blue number. This is this year compared to the kind of orange color from last year. So we're well below where we were last year on under contract listings. So while we do have more active, they're just not going under contract. So ever since May, and I swear it's kind of right when it turned, right? Right around Memorial Day. It looks like it's more like the end of May, but then homes just weren't going under contract. That's right when the Fed increased interest rates, right? They started a little bit sooner, a little bit earlier in the year, but when they started reaching that 4.5, and then 5, and then nobody could qualify. So that's starting to show what's going on with the market. Average number of under contracts. So it's just looking at the past 4 years. So you can see, man, that orange one in 2020, that's right when things heated up, right? Like everything was on hold for COVID, and then, I don't know, things just went nuts. That's when they started dropping down the interest rate to ease the economy, but people just started buying homes. Sorry, this is a bit long. I'm just kind of going through this, get you caught up. We'll probably just do this bigger one once a month. Especially when the new August numbers come out. So off-market listings. So what does that mean? That means homes aren't selling, so they're being pulled down off the MLS. So last year, things were selling, right? People didn't need to pull them off. If whatever was listed sold. And this year, again, kind of right there at the end of May, people are pulling them off. They're just not working. Off market, sorry. It doesn't necessarily mean they're canceling them off the MLS. It means that you can't buy them anymore. And for the average person, you can't see them. As you know, if you do have access to the MLS, you would be able to see these off-market listings. But for the most part, the general public can't see them. So they're on the MLS. You just can't buy them. So that's what we've been seeing. Now, there's a number of reasons people might pull them off. Maybe it's sat for a few days or months, and they've decided to do some updates, repairs, cleaning, stuff like that. So they'll pull them off market. So seeing a lot of those again, compare this year to normal. I mean, that's not too bad, but that's not the one that shocks me. So let's keep going. These are sold numbers. So this one does paint a pretty gloom picture. So the blue is for this year. We were down below 3,000. Remember, beginning of the year, no inventory. In May is when inventory spikes. So we had a spike in inventory, and yet our number of sold listings is dropping. So way more active listings and a diminishing amount of sold listings. So that's kind of painting the bleak picture right there, where it's showing, hey, something's up. So we all know there's been huge changes in the real estate market. We're still, I think, too early to see how long it's going to last or what's the extent. What I need to show is actually average home price, and I don't have that. That's I don't know if we need to look at this average back to market, so stuff that's off market, if it's coming back to the market. So that's one stat I do want to look at, is average or even that median home price. So let me work on getting a chart for that, and we can kind of graph how much they've come down since May, since we were at the height of the market. So hope you like it. Feel free to reach out. There's a lot of information, but hopefully it helped you.